Welcome back to SatoshiCryptoMoto, crypto, coffee, and commentary. What to do about inflation. At SatoshiCryptoMoto, I boost your peer-to-peer financial empowerment within a unified global community. What to do about inflation? I got 7 really great ideas, and one great idea is to watch this video. I'm not going to talk about theory or argue theory. It's just my opinion that inflation is a virtual certainty when the feds are talking about putting in $2 to $4 trillion into the market. One thing about inflation is it can work for you. You can make it work for you, or if you don't, it will work against you. I want you guys to take a look at this picture. Nice house, nothing special. Pretty nice house though. The things it has going for it, I mean, it's 3,000 square feet. It's 4 bedroom, 3 bath. It has a master bedroom with a master full bath. It has 9-foot ceilings. It is situated on a city lot that's a triple city lot. 3 houses could fit on there. It's situated a half a block from a popular lake. That lake's 3 miles around. It's been well kept. But the reason why I bring it up is 18 years ago, that home an investor bought for $400,000. It's valued at $1 million right now. That's a 150% increase. So it more than doubled. So that's just one little example about what inflation can do. For the investor, it worked for him. For you and I to purchase that, it worked against us. Now I got a question before I get into my 7 points. And this kind of shows an example of what inflation really is. If there were 1 million people in a city and all of them had $100 to buy groceries for 1 month, how much could the grocer ask for a gallon of milk? Let's say it's $1. Now, let's say we have 1 million people in a city and they all have $1,000 that they can use to buy groceries for the month. How much could the grocer ask for a gallon of milk? See what I'm saying? You can ask probably more like $10 or even $100, and he will. So don't think about in a negative way. Let's be positive and think about what we can do to make this work for us. One very, very good thing we should all be doing on a regular basis, and I know a lot of you are doing this already, but just take an 8 by 11 sheet, put a line right through the middle of it. On this side, you put things that add to your income, and on this side, you put the things that take money out of your pocket. Those things change from time to time. But if you are single, it's especially empowering. If you are married or have a spouse, or a partner or family, whatever the situation is there, what you do then is you look at that and then you come to an agreement. And it may take a little while to come to agreement about some things around, but get to an agreement. And then the empowering thing after that is that when those things come up, you remind each other of the agreement that you made, and agreement and unity is strength, and it's very, very empowering. It can cause your empowerment, your financial and economic empowerment to rise greatly, just like the price in that home. And one reason that actually inspired me to talk about this particular video was that, you know what? When a gallon of milk goes from $1 to $10, for example, that actually, when there's more money, actually that is going to definitely cause upward price pressure for Bitcoin. Absolutely. Let me say this right here, right now. I talk a lot about Bitcoin and cryptos and getting into them, but do not invest in Bitcoin if you don't have the money to invest in it. This is not you put your rent money or your mortgage money or any of that into it. You invest extra money because it all could go to zero, and you only invest money that you can afford to lose, and also you only invest money that if you lose it, you're not going to totally freak out. So having said that, there are some great things that we can do. Number one, cash out. It's a good thing to be doing, especially in this climate. But I would ask you to consider how much you'll leave in that bank that you have, because whether you realize it or not, you don't own that money if you have it in a bank. You've handed over the custody and ownership of that money to a custodian who is many times known to be an insolvent institution, so word. But one really good practice that we should all be doing is having a cash reserve of 3 to 6 months anyways. We should be able to have that much to pay for mortgage, rent, food, utilities, and our insurances. If you don't have that, then get 1,000. If you can't do that, get 500. And if you can't do that, start with $10. And I'm not trying to crack a joke here. I'm serious. You get that ball rolling. Here, listen to this. Okay, the pianist, he just starts out with one very simple chord. Then he says, He's going to add to it. And then he's like, hey, I got more ideas. So that's the idea of what I'm trying to encourage you. You start and you get the ball rolling, and it's very, very empowering. And this is not at all, what I'm going to talk about a lot is minimizing expenses, minimizing costs. But this is not at all a small thinking practice. It actually is a very empowering practice, because the simplest and easiest way to empower ourselves, in most times it's the quickest way also, is to minimize expenses, because by doing that, you can, it doesn't cost time usually. And no one can buy time. Time can't be bought, but if you can minimize expenses by doing certain practices like just shopping around and negotiating, boom, it's done. But now you go forward and you continue with that empowerment, but it's not costing you time. Whereas if there's just two basic things. You either add to your income or you reduce expenses. And this over here, to reduce expenses, doesn't take time. So, wow, it's very, very powerful. So in the long run, these are things that we can do to greatly increase our financial empowerment. Number one, cash out, I started to talk about, but consider that about the bank and get 3 to 6 months. And then number two is reduce, reuse, and recycle. It's not a time right now to be buying new shoes, okay? This shirt that I have, it's saving me money right now. I love this shirt. I really, really, really like it. It's very, very functional. I'm in it a lot, and I can wash it very quickly. In 20 minutes, it's washed and dried. It's lightweight. It's very functional. I wear it a lot. So it's like having 10 shirts. You see what I'm saying? 3, negotiate. Hey, will you take less? Or will you give me more? People will either say yes or no. And even if they say no, maybe later on they'll say yes because you did ask them now. Or when they're in a time of need, they can come to you. They'll remember that you had this conversation. So that's another reason why you get the ball rolling, and it's empowering. It's powerful. These are dynamic things that we can do right now. 4, learn a new skill. This is a practice that even if you don't monetize that right away, what we're doing is we're adding value to ourselves. I'm actually helping to build a new social media, and it actually pays us. It pays you. Can you imagine being paid for what you're doing on Facebook? You're creating content or putting on LinkedIn or Twitter. Well, I put up a post. I made $1.10 yesterday, but in this particular social media, they have a token. It's a cryptocurrency, and I got paid we'll say $1 in a cryptocurrency. I could cash out right now, but I'm going to hold on to that, because guess what? I actually really believe there's a very, very good chance that in 1 to 2 years, that $1 will become 100. I think it'll go 100x. So, what if I make a Triple Dip Infinity Incredible post and I get $10? Well, in a year or two, hey, add 2 zeros onto that. It's a possibility. Is it reality? No. But these are some things that, like that pianist was doing. You add ideas, and this is very, very empowering. Side hustle, or a second side hustle. Mow a lawn, deliver pies, deliver food. You get the idea. How about number 6? You can sell stuff. We've all got stuff that we're not using. And don't fall into the trap of thinking that so many people are thinking gloomy right now that they'll never buy that. Maybe specifically because things are in a downturn right now, that person will decide to buy whatever it is that you are offering. Trade stuff. Here's one example. It's kind of like trading. I just bought 4 new tires for my car. Well, I kept 2 of them because they had like more than half the tread on them. And I put them on a platform. We all know the social platforms we can sell them on. I got them on for what would be about, they would pay for 20% of my new tires. And actually, I don't care if I get half of what I'm offering. Just an idea. This is about empowerment. So I hope you find that encouraging or helpful. I just want to say again that when you discuss this, even if you're single, you decide for yourself, or you discuss it with family, the synergism of actually making an agreement and then respecting the other person as you go forward from there is very, very unifying, very, very powerful. So, hashtag love all, serve others. I wish you well, I wish you wealth, I wish you health. And until next time, peace.